So we are in the month of September and we got hit by another interest rate hike on September 7th. How did the market change after that? Did it change for the better or did it change for the worse? What did the numbers tell us from the month of August? Well, in this video, I'm going to cover all of that and more, and I'm really going to tell you what I'm seeing right now in this moment in the market and what's really happening. But before I get into the details, as I always say, my goal of making these videos is to make sure I, as a full-time real estate agent, can share my expertise and knowledge with you, so you, as a smart home buyer and seller, can make your own right decision. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so I can keep making these videos for you. So guys, let's get right into it. So first, I would like to talk about what we saw in the month of August. We saw that the average prices went up by 0.9%, and they're right now sitting overall for all home types at 1,079,500. We also saw that the new listings went down by 0.7% year over year. Sales also went down by 34.2%, and average days to sell a property is anywhere between 30 to 34 days. Now, interesting fact, guys, is that most regions in the GTA, what I'm seeing right now is that properties are selling anywhere between 95% to 100% of the asking price. And surprisingly, when I was looking at the numbers, I also saw that in some regions, properties are selling 13 to 14% over asking the asking price. So it's not all bad news for the sellers out there. Now let's take a look at month over month. As I always like to share this chart because it gives us a really clear and good picture of what's happening in our market, where things are changing literally by weeks. Okay guys, so right now in front of me is Greater Toronto Area month over month stats, prices for all home types. So let's start from May. We see that the number of sales started at 7,283 and our average price was sitting at 1.212806. Then when we moved towards June, we saw a 5.49% decrease in the average price. Moving down to July, we saw another decrease of 6.24%, and the sales also went down to 4,912. Now, in August, last month, we saw that there was no decrease. However, there was a slight increase in price by 0.442%. With the total sales, we're sitting at 5,627. So guys, let's really talk about keeping numbers aside. I really want to talk about and share my experiences as a full-time agent, what I'm seeing right now in the month of September, especially after the last interest rate hike. And if you're someone who is a buyer or seller, you're probably asking this question: what will I face in this market if I pull the trigger and get into the market? What's really happening? So there's a lot of things happening right now. And let's first talk about the buyers. So if you're a buyer looking to buy in this market, definitely you have a leverage in terms of getting the conditions that you weren't getting before. So we're talking about having the financing condition. Sellers are accepting that up to 5 days. I'm also seeing conditions on inspections. Sellers are expecting that up to 5 days. It's very, very common. It's not a shocking thing anymore. However, I'm also noticing that buyers do have the power of negotiating the price as well with the sellers, and sellers are being more open to that as well. But one mistake do not make is that don't think that you're going to go with a lowball offer and it's going to get accepted. Be fair, okay? The market value, what it is right now, we all know prices have gone down, but at the same time, sellers are not willing and ready to give their house away to you as well. So as a buyer, you do have advantage in terms of buying a property a bit less in terms of pricing as compared to what they were sitting at January and February. But one thing that has made a comeback, guys, is the offer date. Just to give you an example, we recently sold a property in Brampton and we had 53 showings within the first week, and we ended up having an offer date which wasn't there before, but there was so much demand, and on the offer date we had 7 offers and we ended up selling the house firm. A lot of buyers came in with a firm offer. It is sold for 97% of the asking price. It didn't sell over asking. So this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Sellers don't think that if you have 7 offers, you will end up getting the price that you were getting back in January, February. But you definitely have to kind of find buyers and sellers that kind of have to find that happy middle ground where buyers are able to afford as well. Because keeping in mind that the interest rates went up, buyers do have limitation when it comes to their purchasing power, right? And then sellers, on the other hand, have to accept that the pool of buyer is getting lower because there's not a lot of buyers out there. But the offer date and the number of offers going up in September is also driven by low inventory. We're still seeing that the inventory is pretty low. I still haven't gotten a call where someone has said, because of the interest rates, I can't afford my house, come and sell it. The calls that I'm getting is that I'm done waiting. I want to make that step and I want to move because I have to move. I want a bigger home for my family and I'm making that step forward now. A lot of sellers have kind of realized that, okay, if I'm not making a lot of money on this home, that also means that if I'm moving to the other home, I'm going to save money on that end as well. And I'm done waiting. So I'm getting a lot of those clients who have kind of had enough of seeing what the market will do, and people who have to move, they will move. So September has been an extremely busy month. A lot of people are pulling the trigger, and I'm also seeing clients who've been renting for a very, very long time, first-time home buyers who were able to lock those low rents long time ago and have enough money saved, are kind of also pulling the trigger because they understand that the prices have gone down and this is the really good time for them to buy as well. So if you're in that shoes and you have enough money saved up, I would say that this is a good time to make that move. So this is what I'm seeing right now, guys. We are seeing that offer dates have made a comeback. We're seeing multiple offers on certain properties as well. But the trick is to be coming from the perspective of making a win-win situation, and that's how I work. Both parties have to feel that they won in the deal, and that's where I'm seeing that sellers are open to negotiating, and buyers are also realizing that we're not going to snatch a property for a deal. Sellers want a certain market value for their home as well. So this is what's happening right now. I'm excited. I'm really curious to see how the month of September turns out in terms of numbers. And I'll be here next month sharing those with you. Until next time, have yourself a wonderful day. And remember to be kind to yourself and others.